Hey guys, welcome to Homestead. My name is Jeff and I am the Homestead Dad. Today's video, as you could probably tell by the title, is going to be about how I got a 28-foot above ground doughboy pool with all of the fixings, all of the trimmings for just $120. Now, that's a true statement, but it's not completely true because while we just spent $120 cash, we also spent a lot of man hours. So my oldest son, Jacob, my second son, Joshua, and I spent probably 5 hours yesterday getting this pool down. So there's 15 man hours. And then my dad came along with the boys and I today, and we spent a little over 2 hours today, maybe 3 hours. So there's another 12 man hours. So 27 man hours. If you pay yourself just $10 an hour, you're looking at 270 bucks. So 270, so it's still a really good price. Even with that, it's a great deal. So with the pool, we got the stairs, the liner, the uprights, the wall, the filter, the pump, more stuff over here, the rails, brackets, pool stuff, pool chemicals. And then not only that, but he gave me a bunch of floaties, a bunch more pool chemicals, a couple propane tanks that he didn't want. They had just moved into this house and they were just trying to get rid of this pool. They didn't want the pool, and there's some other stuff that they didn't want. So go ahead and click that subscribe button, click on the bell notification so you don't miss anything, and enjoy the rest of the video as you see how we took this thing down. Let's get started. Hey everybody, I am Jeff the Homestead Dad, and we are not at the homestead. We are in the mobile homestead, the Sprinter van, the big vehicle. I'm not driving, which is why I can take a video. We got the 15-year-old driver in training, and then in back there we got Joshua. Josh, say hi.
Hello.
We are headed to, so I don't know if you guys have known this, lots of things have been hoarded during this pandemic, right? You know, first it was toilet paper, paper towel, and hand sanitizer. Then it was, I don't know, I think there were bicycles are hard to come by, but also really hard to come by right now is pools. You can't find a pool in a store. You can't, like, good luck finding a pool on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, because unless you're the first one to comment on it and say you want it, no way. So I've been looking for months for a pool. I think I showed you guys in one of my later videos that we went over to Kristen and Jason's house, and they had gotten a pool. They had gotten one of the Intex steel frame. It's got the steel tube frames, and then it's got the liner. So they got that, which is awesome. It's 24 foot and 52 inches deep. But I was able to find a 24 foot across, 48 or 52 inch deep, above ground, like one of the semi-permanent above ground pools. This gentleman just moved into this house apparently and doesn't want the pool, so he's selling it, and he's selling it for a reasonable price. I mean, some of these pools, you guys saw, if you followed the channel for any length of time, you saw that, you know, 2 years ago and 3 years ago we had a pool, and we put it in our backyard right behind the house. And you know, you can go to Rural King or Walmart and you could buy a 16 foot across by 48 inch deep pool for, you know, 250, 300 bucks. Well, now people are selling those pools for like $1,000. And I think they must have a friend at Walmart or wherever, and they're buying them all up before they even get onto the, you know, the floor of the store. And, you know, ones that are a little bit bigger are being sold for $1,500, $2,000. It's ridiculous. So this one is reasonably priced. We have to take it apart. He just finished emptying the pool. So I lent my trailer to a friend of mine who's helping his daughter move into her new house. So I made a deal with the guy that we'd come and we would disassemble the pool today and then come back and pick up the pool tomorrow when I have the trailer. So that's the plan. We are on the road to go get the pool. Okay, so we're here. Here's the pool. I think it's bigger than 24. We'll figure that out later. But we're gonna go ahead and start taking this apart. Let me show you what I think we need to do. There's a screw here, and then there's 2 screws up here. So we're gonna take those off, and then I think this part comes off. There's some screws underneath here, and we can start taking these apart, pulling them off. Then this will come off. We'll have to see if there's anything down here. Obviously, there's some dirt. I didn't bring a shovel. That might be a problem. because it looks like it's somewhat buried over here. So we're gonna have to figure that out. But there's the pumps. There's still a little bit of water in it that he's pumping out, and we're gonna get this figured out. We had the hard part done because we had to dig around a lot of these posts. We still have 3 more supports to go here, but we can't get to them. What my plan was, there's a seam underneath the water right there, and then we're going to be able to start rolling this up and get to here, and then kind of be able to reach around and get it. But the seam won't come off. There's a metal, it's like a sleeve that goes around both of those sides to hold it together. We can only get it like 1.5 inches or 2 inches apart, so we're trying to figure that out. That's going to be, I think, once we get that, we're home free. But it's a matter of getting that one done now. So Jacob's trying to get the liner pulled so I can get in there and we can see if we can figure out what to do here. Well, guys, I had hoped that we would be just about done before we left for the day, but we're not. We still have to finish getting the rest of the ground track up. There's still 2 more posts that we need to get out, and we haven't been able to get the liner or the wall apart. I don't know if I showed you guys close up. I didn't do a very good job of taking video because it was so hot and sweaty, and I was just trying to get this thing done. So we're gonna have to go back tomorrow, get the liner out. I don't know that we'll be able to reuse the liner. Everything that I read said plan on buying a new liner if you buy a used above ground pool. That being said, I'd like to try at least for a season. So we need to get the liner out, and I need to get the pool wall disconnected so it's not attached to itself. Anyway, we're gonna go back and do that tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Guys, we are back for the second crack at this thing. My dad's with us. We brought some different tools. We still don't have the trailer, so I'm not sure we're gonna be able to get everything home, but we're gonna take as much as we can. It looks like it actually silted out quite a bit, so we'll have to see what we can move around, but let's get after it. So with the air compressor, we blew out the that one C clamp. We put some more WD-40 in there, and then my dad had the idea to clamp a 2x6 so that, because when I was hitting against it yesterday, the whole wall was moving too, so we were losing some of that impact. So we clamped the pool walls and not the C channel, and we were able to knock it off pretty easily. So pool walls are there. We got to drag this out and see if we can get it cleaned up as much as possible. Now we're pulling out blocks that went underneath the wall supports and pulling up the ground. So like right here, Josh is pulling up the ground channel. So we're gonna count those and make sure we know that we've got all of them. And then, like I said, he had, or whoever installed this, put in a bunch of these blocks underneath the walls so that where those supports were, it didn't sink into the ground. So we're gonna grab those as well. Then we got to get the big old pool filter out, which is filled with sand, so it probably weighs, I don't know, 250, 300 pounds. I still don't have, I think I told you guys, I don't have my trailer, so we're gonna see if we can find a way to pack everything in the back of the van so we don't have to make another trip out. Our family is good at packing, so we're gonna do what we can. Anyway, I'm gonna put you guys back on time lapse. Okay, we're kind of wrapping up. You can see we've got the liner over here on this hill in mostly sun, trying to get as much water off and dried off as possible. Let me show you. Jacob's dragging the stairs over. What we're going to try to do, we don't have the trailer, we're going to try to get everything in. We've moved some stuff. You guys know that I normally have a big, huge cooler in back for like going to the grocery store. We moved that and put it on top of one of the seats. We've got my big toolbox in here that has everything I could ever possibly need, and that's not going to go anywhere. So that's right there. What I think we're going to do is get the steel pool wall here, then get the pump up in there, fold up the tarp liner, and start stacking things. Like a lot of this stuff we can put underneath the seats. So we're going to do everything we possibly can to get this done without having to come back for another trip. That's the plan. Spoon. Why a spoon, cousin? Because it's dull. It'll hurt more, you twit. Don't push so much, Jacob. It's just this top so it doesn't run over too much.
And that is how big the pool shows.
Okay guys, so we're done. I put on a new shirt because my other one was soaked. I don't know if you guys can see that back there, but it is totally full. But we got it all in. We don't have to come back. So we're gonna stop and get something cold, a cold treat to eat. But I want to thank Homestead Papa for coming. Made all the difference in the world. Okay, so we're home.
The pool's here.
The pool is here. He's super excited. I bet you don't think so, but this right here is a 28 foot doughboy pool. So we got the stairs that will go in the pool to get out of it. And then here's the uprights, the liner, there's pool stuff in that bin. Here's the wall, the filter, the pumps over here, some of the brackets, some of the top rails.
They gave us floaties.
They gave us floaties. They gave us pool noodles, water guns. They just wanted to get rid of everything. So he actually, I think he felt bad for us because of how hard we worked yesterday and then again today. He gave me some of the, I gave him a down payment yesterday. He was asking 500 and I was going to pay the 500. So I gave him 240 yesterday and said, you know, we take some of the stuff, we come back today and pick it up. Well, we got there today and he's like, hey, I'm going to give you some of the money back. So he gave us some of the money back. So we paid $120 for a 28 foot doughboy pool. Now, I'd love to say that we're going to get it up this week because it's going to be, the highs this week are 85 to 90 and no rain the entire week. But
and they gave us rings.
They gave us rings too, yeah. But I've got to figure out where we're going to put this. I'm not sure we're going to put it back where the other one was, but we might. But I'd still need to flatten out a heck of a lot more area because I think the pool we had there was 16 foot wide. This is 28 feet wide, which is just a much bigger area. So you can see I'm sweating like crazy. I'm gonna get in the house, but my wife and I are gonna talk. We're gonna figure it out, and obviously we will bring you guys along when we put this up. But I'm really super happy. I'm super thankful that my dad came along. We were able to get the C-clamp. So this is the thing that gave us all the problem. You can see right there, we kind of put a little mark into it by hitting it with the chisel, but it got it off. So when we put these two back together, this will slide on here and it will go down. You can see part of it may have been right here is bent a little bit. But we'll figure that out when we get there. So in the meantime, this is our pool. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you would. Click that bell notification. It really helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it greatly. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the comments. God bless you and your family. Bye-bye. It's over in the front.